Hello everybody and welcome back to Shay's Hobby Bay. This is Saturday night. Excuse me. It is January the 19th of 2019, 7:39 p.m. And hubby has run to the store. Elizabeth's in her room. This is the first video I've made with my new setup. So I think y'all will have, by the time you see this video, I think you will have seen the video where I showed you what I done. I did some changing around here. So I'm setting a bit different, still in the same area, but I'm a little bit different and more. But I want to mention this thing right here. This is my wind chime. And let me see if I can tilt you so you can see it all. It's hanging on the wall. So this is the hoop, and everything's hanging from the hoop, but the string of it's hanging up there on the wall. Y'all see there. My daughter Elizabeth, when she went on her cruise, she had gotten this for me in the Cayman Islands. As a matter of fact, this yellow one right here, I don't know if y'all can see it, but it says Cayman Islands on it. So she got me that and brought it back to me. And the reason I mentioned it is a little while back in one of my videos, one of my new subbies, Nina, The Life of Nina, said that it looked like a halo over my head. So I just wanted to mention that and really show it and let her see what that was. Okay, so this is another Saturday's Picture Stories. So we're at the last few pictures in this album that I've been showing y'all. I showed y'all this page of pictures last time. And then I showed y'all the very first one at the top over here on this side that my nephew had took of me. Okay. So, this next picture is out on Bowie Swamp where we lived before. Now, this family, I know I've mentioned this before and I have new subbies. I was raised up on this family. On this land. Lord have mercy. This was my pawpaw's, my daddy's land. And so we lived on it when it was pawpaw's land when I've lived on that land 3 times in my life. So when I was a little bitty girl, like 5, 6, going to school, I lived on this land. Okay. So then we moved to the coast, okay? Well, then we moved back when I was 11 and moved out on that land. Not at first. We had a rented house in town, but we finally got a trailer and moved back out there. And this time it was my dad's land because my pawpaw, his daddy, had deeded it to him. This little part anyway that we lived on. It's the same part we lived on before. But anyway, so, and we stayed there then until I was, I believe, 16 years old on the land at that time. So this picture is on that land. This was my mama's black car, and this was one of my good friends. I kind of claim her as a best friend. I had 2 or 3 best friends in a way. I don't know if you're even supposed to do that or not, but this was one of my best friends. And her name is Sarah, and she came and stayed a lot with me. Spent the night with me, spent 2 or 3, like a whole week with me at a time and stuff. And so we was always acting crazy and silly and taking pictures. So this is one of the ones. I don't remember who we had to take this picture unless it was my mama or my daddy. But anyway, we're both in this picture together. And it's got one of those sticker bubbles there, and it says, this is the life. So, here is us. Whoa, I knew that picture wasn't going to stay in. Okay, so this one here is me. And this one is Sarah, my friend. So, we're trying to act cool. I think we have, let's see, let me look good. I don't know what we was doing with our hands. Maybe thumbs up. It looks like my thumb is up, but it kind of looks blurry too. So I can't tell if she has her thumb up or not. Kind of like we was like Fonzie or something, I think is what we was trying to do. Not fall out no more pictures, jeez. But that's that one. And it says, "This is the life." So the next picture, I had a little bitty 50 motorcycle that I rode around. Daddy had gotten it for me for my 13th birthday. So me and Sarah took pictures on my bike. So this is her on it. There's a glare, I know. And that big shed, where's my finger? Right here behind her was my dad's shop at the time. Now, you know, I told y'all I lived on that land 3 times. The 3rd time I lived on there was after I was married and had my girls. It was me and hubby and both girls. They were they weren't little bitty girls, because they were little bitty girls in Vicksburg, Mississippi, when we lived there. But then we moved back home there on this land, and because Dad had deeded me the land then, so it was my land. So the first time it was my papa's land, the second time it was my daddy's land, the 3rd time it was my land. And now it's not even in the family anymore. So sad. But anyway, so when me and Albert and the girls moved there, we had Dad to, he didn't need his shop anymore, so he tore his shop down, and Albert built our house right there where that shop is. Our trailer, like out in front over here, it was beside the shop, okay? So it was, no, out in front over here. And, but we built our house right there and lived in it. I hope I've got pictures of my house. I want to show y'all my house I lived in out there. But anyway, that's her on the bike. Okay, now we're going to turn the page. Now, did one of those from that side fall? I think a couple of pictures fell out. Let me check so I don't miss showing y'all one. Oh, sorry. No, that's from the other one. I'm not going to try to put it in right now. That's the one I done showed y'all. It keeps falling out. So, but this one has fell down because it's unglued there in the middle. Okay, this is still at the first service station my sister and her husband had that I helped them work at. That's my sister. That is Wyoming Nene, Charlotte, and she's sitting there at the desk in the station. And I had took a picture of her. Looks like, okay, I thought maybe for a minute she had a cup like she was drinking coffee, but she's got a pen in her hand. And she had just propped her hand up holding the pen on her chin, I guess thinking about what she was going to write down. But anyway, okay, so now, this next picture, like I said, me and my friend Sarah was always goofing off and taking crazy, silly pictures, okay? So, this is her. I took this picture of her. So, it's a tree, and she's leaning back against it, and she's trying to pose, you know, at the tree, being silly. And then, okay, Mama, don't kill me. This is my mama. So she always wore her hair up, still does, but she had taken it down and washed her hair, and she don't put it right up. She lets it hang down and dry. Of course, she used to go to a beauty shop and let them put it up. But, so this was one of those times, and I had been outside, and I came inside the door with my camera, and she was sitting there, and I throwed the camera up, and I said, "Smile," and she throwed her hand up, and I took her picture. Is that there it is. So that's my mama. Her hair, you can't tell it, but her hair was down. She had it kind of clamped back, but it was hanging down. Okay, so then we turn over here on the back side. Now again, me and Sarah. So this time, alright, I had took this picture of Sarah. So now she took a picture of me by a tree. And so here's my pose. I don't know if y'all can see that real good. Like, all these pictures falling out. That was Charlotte fell out that time, sitting at the desk. My book is old and the things were coming unstuck, and I think my light's dimmed. It makes it hard for me to see, and there's a glare. But you can see me posing at the tree there. Silly kids goofing off. Okay, so then this one is the one where she took of me. She cut part of it off. She didn't get it all in the picture. And it was that little old camera I had too at the time. And it made a dark spot over here on this other side of the picture. But this one is of me on the motorcycle. And you can see more of my dad's shop. So you'll see more of the area our house was on. So that's me sitting there on the motorbike. Okay. Now this here, there's another dark spot on this side, and then all I'm seeing over here is our driveway and our land, our front yard out there, and then the woods across the road. So I don't know if if we was just taking a picture of outside and the nature, or if we had something and that dark spot got in the way and messed it up. But you don't see nothing but that. So, okay, so then we turn it. Okay, I'm looking at this one. This is our driveway in our front yard, but you know what? It's another messed up picture with a dark spot. But I am seeing cars across the road there, and I don't remember that. Whose cars was that? Was that Pawpaw's? Because he had a house, but it was catty-cornered across the road down the other way, and this is like straight across out here. I don't remember that. Mama, do you by chance remember that? Okay, it's just it's like you can see half of that tree, and there's a boards on the ground in front of the tree, the driveway, the black spot on this side that messed up. But look out across the road there. See that? You can see a cupboard laying there, and then that truck and that car. I don't remember that truck and that car. Mama, do you? Charlotte, do you? Becky wouldn't. She lived on the coast during this time that we lived out there. I don't remember that. But anyway. Okay, and then this here is a picture that my friend gave me. It's her and her dad and her brother. Of who which was one of my old boyfriends. At one point in time. So here is Sarah. Where is my hand? And that is her dad. And that is, well, that's her brother, Matthew. So, can y'all see that good? It looks blurry. Now, to me, I know y'all are not seeing the little green squares that it's putting on those faces. I don't know why it does that. That's a bugging me. Okay, so then I got to turn over here. Now, this is going to look really blurry, especially inside here. This is my sister's husband's cousin. He lived with them in this big house at the time, and we lived in a trailer right beside them. This was after we had moved from this buoy swamp land here out on the highway at town, and I called him my brother since he was living with Charlotte and Mark. And that's him, and he's inside in front of their fireplace. Now, I think that's that house. You know, I may be wrong. Did y'all even have a fireplace in that house? Yeah. Or is that the house out on Williamsburg Road? I can't remember. You'll have to let me know. Undoubtedly, with Ben being in it It's the house on the highway, right, Charlotte? Anyway, so that's that one. And then this was Mama. It must have been that same day. She's got her hair down and the same house coat on. I had been outside. She came outside for something, undoubtedly. And she was trying to go back inside, and I hurried up and took a picture of her. It's just the back of her. She was fixing to go in the door. But I hurried up and took a picture of her. I was always doing stuff like that. Okay, then here's another messed up picture with a dark black spot. That's part of the shop, Dad's shop, back there. Okay, and then that is all, because you turn this, see, that's those, well, and you turn it, and that closes the album. So we are finished with this album, folks, and we can move on to some other different pictures. That is not where that goes. I was trying to put that picture that fell out back in here. I gotta flip over a couple of pages. Alright guys, so I hope y'all are enjoying these picture stories. I'm enjoying showing y'all the pictures and telling you about it, and looking at them myself. I hadn't looked at them in so long, just like that one with those cars across the road. I don't remember that. I really want to remember. Please remember, Mama. Or Charlotte, I want to know. Okay. Alright, y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed it. I am. I'll be the next time I'm going to the loo.